Good day, and I hope you're having an amazing day. In this video, what I will be discussing will be the first lab entitled the metric system. And the objective for this lab is to become familiar with the metric system and compare that to the English system. The equipment that you'll need will be a textbook and a ruler, a graduated cylinder, and a measuring cup. The graduated cylinder is on the right hand side, the measuring cup is on the left hand side. And then you'll want to use a kitchen scale. All right, and 25 pennies. For the first part, what you'll be doing is you'll be measuring the length of your textbook in centimeters using your ruler and recording that, and then in inches and recording that, and coming up with a conversion factor between centimeters and inches. For the second part, what you'll be doing is you'll be measuring 1 cup of water and determining the milliliters of that 1 cup of water. And I've done a couple of things that are a little bit different. I put some tape back here because there were some numbers on the back side of this measuring cup that bled through and made it difficult to read. And I've also colored the water with blue food coloring such that it would appear better on screen. So now that you've measured the 1 cup of water, what you'll next want to do is you'll want to dump this into your graduated cylinder. Try not to go over the mark and try not to spill any. If you spill any, you're going to have to start all over. All right, oops, there I went a little bit over. So what I will do is I'll remove some of it. All right. And I've put a black line there to represent the 50 milliliters such that it appears better on video for you folks. So this would be 50 milliliters. Now notice we still have some colored water left over in the measuring cup. You'll want to continue to add this to the measuring cup until all the water in the measuring cup is gone. Now keep track of the total volume, right? So we just got done doing the 50 mils. If we were to do it again, there's another 50 mils. So now we've done 100 mils total. And you'll want to continue to do that until all of this water is gone. And once again, keep track of the total volume in milliliters. And record those volumes. And what you'll end up getting is you'll end up getting a conversion factor for milliliters to cups, for the English one to cups. Lastly, for the third part, you'll want to use a scale that you've purchased and 25 pennies. Now you're going to have to pre-sort the pennies because pennies made prior to 1981, including 1981, are made of copper. Pennies made after 1981 are going to be made with zinc primarily and will have a copper coating. Before we add these pennies to this, what we'll want to do, I bumped the camera. What we'll want to do is we will want to be sure that the scale is in the metric system, all right? And you can do this a lot of times on the back. There's a button here that converts it from the English system to the metric system. And then you're going to want to zero out your scale. So once you zero out your scale, you want to place the pennies on the scale to come up with the mass of them in grams. All right. Now, as I said, pennies prior to 1981 are going to be made of copper. Pennies made after 1983 are going to be made with zinc. That's a different substance, so it will appear lighter. Now, pennies made in 1982, some are made of pure copper and some are made of zinc. And so typically we're going to want to exclude the pennies in 1982. So you'll measure the mass at 25 pennies and you'll compare it with what I've given to you on the lab. So for instance, 10 pennies made prior to 1981 are going to have a mass of 1.07 ounces. That would be for 10 pennies. Pennies made after 1983 For 10 of those pennies, their mass would be 0.89 ounces. Using that number, you should be able to come up with a conversion factor for grams to ounces. If you have any other questions on this, please let me know.